Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm super excited to be talking about the new, I guess, format for Build and Battle, which is something in Pokemon TCG Live that does change. It is something that is going to be changing what set it is representing, or like what build battle kits are being used. And well, we don't exactly know what it's going to look like in the long run. Right now, obviously, you have Chaos Rising. At the time of releasing and recording this, it's Chaos Rising, and then at the day of releasing this, then tomorrow it will be the new expansion Destined Rivals, or it will move to the expansion Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals is not a new expansion. So we have Chaos Rising, which is the second set of this year, or second main set. Destined Rivals was the second set of last year. And the second set of the year before, I believe, yeah, was Twilight Masquerade, which is what they're doing after that. But something very big and important to understand here is that, and actually there's a bunch of really, really big things about this, but this is only for 2 days. So it opens the 6th, or sorry, the 4th of the month, and then it opens, or it ends the 6th. So it's 2 days there. And also there's an entry cutoff time of an hour before the end there. So that is something worth noting, as there are more different formats. So if you can't enter, that is the reason why, presumably the reason why there. You also get one free play when the event starts. I will say, so I've been doing some build and battle for Chaos Rising, and it says it's supposed to be one free one every week. It's not been working for me. Well, I guess it has been working for me. It's been giving me a free one every day, essentially. So I don't really know what's going on with that, but I suppose I'll take it. And yeah, that's weird. I've been talking with Uncommon Fossil, who's also been doing it some, and he has not been getting that. So tell me in the comment section if that's been happening or not happening to you. Also in the comment section, make sure to tell me whether or not you are interested in videos like this, because I would love to make them, but if people aren't really that interested, then I won't make them. So make sure you comment that down below if this is something you're interested in or not interested in, and also like it if you are interested in it. And then I suppose you could dislike it as well if you're don't like it. But this is for the expansion Destined Rivals. Again, this has been out for a while, and it is just 2 days there. And it is also a different format. It is the Scarlet and Violet era as opposed to the Mega Evolution era. There's a big difference here with how the kits are going to be made. There is still the same idea of you get a 40 card deck, which I believe you will be getting a 40 card deck, and then you are also going to be receiving 4 packs of this set. And all these stuff of, 5 battles. You can change your deck between battles. You can stop between battles. You can just pause, or you can forfeit, and the rewards are the same and things like that. That's all the same. But the actual contents of the kit are pretty different here. I'm not going to be going over like every card in Destined Rivals for this one. Destined Rivals is a big set. This is a big difference compared to Chaos Rising. Destined Rivals had 182 cards before Secret Rares, and then if we look at Chaos Rising, that just had 86. So it's a lot less there. And that means that you're actually going to see with Destined Rivals less consistency within the cards you're pulling. This makes it a little more, I guess, diverse. And as we talk about the kits, it'll also be more more diverse. Sorry, I think less consistent there. And it means you're going to struggle more to assemble evolution lines, unfortunately. And also talking about each individual card isn't super meaningful. Obviously, if you pull cards from the kit you're playing in, that is generally good to include. Though we will talk about it. As I said, the kits are a little different if you're not familiar there. And then also there are, pulling trainers is going to be good. I don't think there are any super good colorless Pokemon that I'd include. Looking at it, I mean, there are some that are okay, but nothing that's super stand out there. Looking at trainers, there is the supporter card Judge. Judge is a disruptive supporter. I mean, it's Judge. I imagine most people are familiar with this card. Each player shuffles their hand to their deck, draws 4. It's disruptive. It's a draw supporter. It's a card I'd 100% play if I pulled it. And yeah, that's really, really important to note here. You have MZ's Hype, which is actually not bad. It's a draw 4 if your opponent is 3 or fewer prizes remaining. Of course, you start at 4 there, and otherwise it's draw 2. So that's like kind of funny. There's a lot of trainers Pokemon stuff in this set. There's a lot of Team Rocket stuff. I will say 2 of the kits are Team Rockets. There is one that is Misty's, and there is one that is Ethan's there. The set also contains stuff like Cynthia's and Marnie's and lots of different things. Will that matter? I mean, you're going to pull a lot of these cards, so in that regard, it will matter. In terms of actually playing, I don't know if it will matter, but I want to give a brief overview of the set there. What a big thing is, and I'm looking actually at Bulbapedia here, which has the pre-release information, and it's a little different than we see currently, because it's divided into essentially 2 kits. Is kind of how I describe it, 2 half kits. So each box will include, again, a 40 card deck and 4 packs, but the 40 card deck will include, obviously, one promo card, one of the 4 promos, which are Mrs. Gyarados, Ethan's Typhlosion, Team Rocket's Mimikyu, and Team Rocket's Tyranitar. I will talk about these real quick here. You have Team Rocket, or Team Rocket's Mimikyu, I guess I'll talk about first. It has an attack that copies active Terra Pokemon, which is terrible. I assume surely there are some Terra Pokemon in this set, right? Maybe? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe there actually aren't literally any. Yeah, looks like actually there aren't any, so you can't attack with it. It's bad there, unfortunately, but it does have free retreat, so that is something. And then you also have the Team Rocket's Tyranitar. This card is a lot better. This card has the attack, which does 180, discards an energy from your opponent's side. It does 180, right? It will knock him out, presumably. And then during Pokemon checkup, you put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's basic Pokemon, if this is in the active. So a decent card here, very big, but it is very expensive as well. And you also have this Team Rocket's Pupitar, the stage 1, which does 30 and then evolves into it with Explosive Ascension there. So that's pretty nice as well. Overall, these this promo is like pretty decent. Team Rocket's Mimikyu, pretty trash there. We'll talk about what's in the decks, but the promos there are pretty terrible. Then you have, or this promo is pretty terrible. Then we look at Ethan's Typhlosion. This does 46 and more for each damage for each Ethan's adventure in your discard pile. The kit, I believe, comes with 2. Yeah, it comes with 2, and the stage 1 searched it out. The supporter sets you up. It's a pretty decent supporter there. This can do decent damage, definitely not bad, and is pretty cheap as well. But obviously, in terms of synergy with other stuff, it's pretty bad because you have these Ethan synergies, which means that you're presumably not going to have synergy with other stuff there. You have, I guess, some other fire synergy, but fire isn't even. I mean, there's some okay fire cards in this set, but like Team Rocket's Moltres EX or something like that, it's fine, I guess. You probably won't pull much fire stuff if you pull the kit anyways, outside of stuff in the line, which you might want to do. And then we have the last of the kits, which is Mrs. Gyarados. Mrs. Gyarados is also bad, I'm pretty sure. Mrs. Gyarados here has the attack Splashing Panic for 1 water. You just get the top 7 cards of your deck. You do 70 for each of Misty's Pokemon discarded in this way. It does have a lot of HP here. Also 120 for 3 actually is okay. So maybe this card isn't that bad. I don't know. As we take a look at the kits, it'll be kind of weird, as you'll see. But the promos aren't as big of a build around as they were with Chaos Rising, especially where your promo is your main attacker, and I believe all 4 of the decks. So this is not the case. Mrs. Gyarados is not going to be some super reliable attacker you're using all the time. Also, you can deck yourself out with this, so that is kind of scary if you're using that first attack. But anyways, those are the promos, and again, you will receive one of those 4. Then you will receive, if you get Ethan's Typhlosion, you'll get the stuff from Ethan's Typhlosion group and so on. But you will also get stuff from another one of the groups. So you'll get 2 of the groups, one of which is related to the promo card. The groups actually, I mean, the Team Rocket's Mimikyu group doesn't even have Team Rocket's Mimikyu in it. The Team Rocket's Tyranitar one does, same with Ethan's Typhlosion. Mrs. Gyarados just has 1 Mrs. Gyarados in it on top of the promos if you pull that. So this will mean that there are a bunch of different possible decks you could get there. And as you can see, you get 2 of these, and then you also get some potential other trainer cards. Each of the kits does, or each of the groups contains some trainer cards that are like decent and somewhat universal there, but these other trainers are also universal. So you will be getting that. We'll be getting 17 base Genji cards as well, which is a bunch, I would say. You're probably not going to be playing all this. And let's just look a bit more at the groups. So we have the Ethan's Typhlosion one here. And Ethan's Typhlosion, pretty solid attacker. The Quilava searches the Ethan's Adventures, which also search for the Typhlosion. So when you get to that Ethan's Quilava there, it also searches base Genji as well. And so assuming you're just attack with the first attack, which is a somewhat reasonable assumption, then you will be able to not play too many fire energies because you'll search out the Ethan's Adventure, which will search out the fire energies. So that is a thing that is worth noting. Overall, I feel like this kit is pretty solid. I don't think I played the Destined Rival pre-release when it was when the set came out. I'm not sure. I might have spent obviously like over a year there. Looking at the next kit, the Team Rocket's Tyranitar deck. This kit, as I said, you can do some big stuff. You have Team Rocket's energy, which is, if you're not familiar, a Darkness and a Psychic, or it's both Darkness and Psychic. It's just 2 at a time, so it could provide 2 of both or whatever. I guess it is always providing 2 of both. Special energies that provide multiple types are kind of weird, but Team Rocket's Tyranitar is fighting colorless, so it will provide 2 of the colorless there, and then you attach a fighting and then something else, and that will allow you to power it up. This has more room for different types of energies. Team Rocket's energy is, again, just going to be colorless there, but there is the other kit here, which is the other Team Rocket's kit. This is the Team Rocket's Mimikyu kit. It doesn't play Team Rocket's Mimikyu in it. It has Team Rocket's Murkrow. That card, by the way, Team Rocket's Honchkrow is not in this set, if you're wondering. But Team Rocket's Murkrow searches for a supporter, actually any supporter there, and then Torment is 30 and stops one of your opponent's attacks. You have Team Rocket's Wheezing. I'm actually trying to read it here. This is on Limitless, the image display, but it's not super high quality. Okay, yeah, that didn't really help me very much. But the Team Rocket's Coughing and Wheezing. The Coughing, I believe, when you get knocked out, switches for 2 Coughings, or Team Rocket's Coughings. There is no regular Coughing, so it gets Team Rocket's Coughing there out onto your bench when knocked out, 2 of them, and then Team Rocket's Wheezing does 40 for each your essentially Team Rocket's Wheezing in play. So this is going to do like 40 or 80. Again, that's one attachment with Team Rocket's energy. Getting the 2 Team Rocket's kits together is kind of cool. You have some synergy. You have Team Rocket's Proton to search out the Team Rocket's basics. You have Team Rocket's Archer as a good disruptive supporter. Team Rocket's Archer is very good as well. It's shuffle. It's like slightly worse than an Unfair Stamp. You get 5, your opponent gets 3, and only if you're knocked out last turn. Specifically, a Team Rocket's Pokemon was knocked out last turn. So again, you could get hit by Judge at like any point, but that's not as bad as getting hit by Team Rocket's Archer. So also Team Rocket's Archer, as you can see here, is in a kit. It's just a 1 of in a kit, but your opponent could pull it as well. That card is something you do want to be watching out for. But again, you do know when that could be coming. It's only if you knock out a Team Rocket's Pokemon last turn there. This kit we see, Switch, Ultra Ball. This one we see Rare Candy. I believe this kit only sometimes comes with a Rare Candy, which is kind of weird. Not exactly sure why that's the case, but if you get it, you get it. That's cool. I would play Rare Candy. We see the evolution lines as well, looking pretty thin here. Well, they're not looking thin at the bottom. They have 4 of the basics, but they have 2 of the stage 1s, 2 of the stage 2s in those cases. Moving on to the last kit, the Misty's kit, we see a 1/1 Misty's Gyarados line, which again is the promo there. You have Misty's Lapras, which searches for more Misty's Pokemon, and then Misty's Starmie. This one just does 60 for 1 water, but if you evolved from Misty Staryu, which is the basic, then you're able to do 140. Also, the basic here, Misty Staryu on a coin flip does paralysis, then it will always do 20 there. So that is something you may be using in games. But Abrupt Flash is pretty good. The Misty's Gyarados stuff, again, you mill cards and do damage from Misty's Pokemon milled this way. It's super sketchy. It might be worth playing. I almost certainly would not play a 2 or a 1/2 line if I pull nothing from the line and I have Misty's Magikarp, then I pull Misty's Gyarados as the promo. I probably wouldn't play both of those there. Again, we do see generally good trainers, Nest Ball, Great Ball, Super Rod, Surfer, Brock, Scouting, all pretty good there. So you will be wanting to play the trainers that you find in the kit and adding more trainers that you find if they're good. Again, that's mostly just Judge. Could be some of the Team Rocket stuff if you pull Team Rockets, which you have a pretty good chance of pulling. Then Ethan's Adventure, if you're playing like Ethan's, and Team Rocket's Transceiver, I guess that's a Team Rocket's card as well. There's also Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. I forgot that was in the set. Also, there's TM Machine. That card's terrible. A really funny card. It's super bad. In general, it's quite bad. And in this set, it's even worse because there aren't any TM. So you're going to definitely end up with some synergies of cards that like don't exist, which is unfortunate there. Overall, in terms of playing this, though, you will be probably making more changes to your decks. If you're playing the pre-release of Chaos Rising, which, by the way, if you haven't, you should do it. As I said, is still out at the time of posting this, I'm pretty sure. And we'll see the pre-release for Perfect Order in 4 days after the pre-release of Destined Rivals starts, because, again, you have 2 days for Destined Rivals. I didn't say this. You have 2 days for Twilight Masquerade, and then you have 2 weeks minus those 4 days, so 10 days there with Perfect Order there. And with Perfect Order, that's going to be like Chaos Rising. I will mention the one like downside of the IRL Perfect Order pre-release, which, by the way, is also going to happen with the Abyss Eye pre-release, or the Pitch Black pre-release, which I'm not super looking forward to, is the lots of mulligans with fossils, but that's not really something to worry about here in terms of time, because it's on live, so that's cool there. I suppose if you mulligan a lot and give your opponent a bunch of cards, that's not as good. But overall, it's just you're going to be playing with in terms of the Mega Evolution Perfect Order, Mega Evolution or Chaos Rising Perfect. What am I saying? I can't speak. The Mega Evolution era pre-release kits like Chaos Rising or Perfect Order are going to have generally probably the best deck you can make is going to have not that many changes to the kit. And there aren't so many changes you can actually make. Again, the sets are smaller though, so the changes that you can make are going to be, I guess, more clear. You can play more evolution lines from your polls. Twilight Masquerade and Destined Rivals, it'll be harder to find cards to add because you're going to have a weird mishmash of stuff. However, your kit will also be a bit more of a weird mishmash of stuff, or your kit as in your deck there that you're given to start with, and then it'll be probably worse as well. I'm not super familiar with the Twilight Masquerade pre-release promos off the top of my head. I know there's Tatsugiri. I didn't even know it's in that kit. And then there is Frostlass, which I actually don't don't know it's in that kit. And I think there's Festival Lead, and I don't remember the last one. But anyways, also Twilight Masquerade is like a super good set. For pre-release, it's not going to be a crazy good set, I don't think. I don't know, but it is the best set in Standard right now, I'm pretty sure, depending exactly how you count things. But with Perfect Order, that will be back to the stuff that we currently have. But here again, you're going to get some weird kits that don't go super well together again. They all have synergies within themselves that are not super strong and very specific. And also here are the trainers, if you want to see them. The 2 youngsters and 2 buddy whip offense, you could get up to these 4. Overall, the pre-release kits are kind of weird. So I don't have great advice other than you probably want to make some changes, right? If you look at your kit and you look at what you pulled, then you see like you could go really all in on one of the kits. That could be worth it. Be careful of energies. You probably want to cut some because they have a bunch, but you don't want to cut like too many because you will be having different types of energies. And if you end up with half of in your opening hand, it's like half is from one kit, half is from the other, and they just don't go together at all. That's going to be pretty rough. So you want to have as much wiggle room there as you can, as I said. And again, look to play trainers. I would say in the Chaos Rising pre-release, there are a lot of cards that were like okay that I didn't play. If you pull okay cards, you should probably play them. But anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Also, huge shout out to my YouTube members for supporting the channel and everyone who likes and watches and subscribes and all that good stuff. But I hope you all enjoyed. Again, comment down below if you want to see more of this. If you're excited for this one, if you're not as excited for this as Chaos Rising, again, it is only 2 days here, then 2 days for Twilight Masquerade as well. But I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.